This is our
Maybe
list.
How a Life can be pumpkin spice because they're orange. Maybe they're orange juice. Well, that was interesting. UCal just going to flash away from that, and now Sponge is against 3 people, but doesn't seem to care. Will he care? Yes, he will eventually, but now we've got Rich here, and he will finish off everybody as Jin ults in onto UCal. So that's going to be a big one for Hype to pick up, but Rich, here comes OK Man Bro's composition. As you mentioned, you pretty much like everything here, and it all kind of works. On the side of DRX, a lot of flanking potential, a lot of global threat as well with the Nocturne Talia. Let's see how it works. Let's hop on the rift for game number 1.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다. 미니언 생성까지 30초 남았습니다.
All right, game number 1. And already we're getting into the action. Lazy Feel is definitely a guy who can get pretty aggressive. He is a Vietnamese player, and I feel like the Calista is really going to suit his playstyle. Now, if he does go a bit too ham, he can absolutely be punished by the insane amount of close-range threats on the side of Bro. Like the Nautilus can really just do a number, right? If you just press your ult, it really just forces you to either totally disengage or accept the fact that if you get hit by that ult, you're probably dead. So there's a very fine line you have to walk in these team fights. So it's a really tough test for Lazy Feel, I'd say.
Yeah, you do just die if they press, until you have Wit's End, I guess then it's not as bad. But if they press Nautilus and Rumble ult, how can you play the game? You can't, but I do think that this is where I actually really like the composition with additional threats. So if you go too hard on the Calista, with Talia, Nocturne, and Aurora, there's so much additional damage available. As we're going to take a look at some of the early laning here.
Lazy Feel, he missed a minion. Flash on in, looking for the kill and a Hype at level 1. And it's not going to happen because it's level 1. A lot of summoners utilized here. Andil loses his flash. Trying to put on pressure, maybe to hit level 2 first. Should be able to, based on this lane state. But Hype and Palu smartly will just back away, unlike some of our other bot lanes who are still figuring that out.
Level 2 power spike is definitely not something we've been talking about for... What was the first time we saw Alistair Tristana? That was the combo, right? The level 2 power spike.
Like 2010?
I want to say season 2?
20...
Maybe season
11?
1? Yeah.
Too far ago to even remember.
Atlas would know. He'd be like, back in my day.
Yeah. Also Papa Smithy would know.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember a game between Dignitas and Fnatic where... It's not a very good Papa Smithy voice, but...
No, it's fine. He is, I don't know the English word, but like you can't imitate him.
No, you can't, yeah.
Can't be done.
Unimitatable.
Yeah, exactly. So, my conversation topic, because we will have plenty of time to discuss it.
Bro and Brew.
Starting with these 2 teams, we can branch this out to really any team. If they were a drink, what would they be? And I'm talking like matcha, hot chocolate, coffee, and then you have the different types of coffee, right? Like what is the... So, I think Breon, it's got to be something that ages well, like a kombucha, you know?
It's like it's like a chamomile tea or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very relaxed, very calm.
It doesn't create any stress.
Warm,
you enjoy
herbal.
it, you're always good.
Well, we're just running at them. Apparently, Palu does not get his Aftershock off until, well, right now. He's not doing much, but Andil also pretty low and might just go down here, but the rest of the team is on the run. And so first blood is given over to the Jin, but now the follow-up comes in from DRX. He's got the fear on the Hambach. There's the knockback, and that's a couple of kills for the Calista. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Rich having a bit of trouble in his counter-pick lane. Not sure about that. But DRX won the fight regardless.
Short trade, not too hot. Andil goes down, but that is 2 kills on Lazy Feel. Which is about where you want to be as Calista. Immediately the swap comes through to a top as well, and it makes sense. Zin's out, definitely strong early, but Azir trying to make an early impact, not something that you're really going to excel at, as we have A waiting cow. Is the cow real? We don't know. We'll never know.
Yeah.
Andil was just there for a second.
Disappearing cow.
Sponge, he's happy though, because he picked up 2 assists, which obviously is ideal. As this all starts off with Andil going in, and it looks a little bit over-aggressive initially. A lot of sums are invested. And Hype is able to actually take down the cow, but then in this longer trade, sums are already blown, so Sponge applies his red buff, and then the flick back from Yukel to ensure that Laserfield picks up a second. And teams, DRX, great, good call. Bro, why are we trying to fight an extended early skirmish into Lethal Tempo Callista? Why are we doing that?
Into the unwarded Banana Brush with level 3 Nautilus with no items. Yeah, no, that just didn't make any sense at all.
And this is the downside, you know, even no matter how nice it is, if you brew your tea for too long, it's not good. If you serve it too hot, you can burn the tea.
Yeah.
It makes it bitter. They burned the tea there.
Yeah, I didn't very much enjoy it.
So what's DRX?
DRX.
It's like a drink that was because they were a hype, right, in 2022, and then kind of died down.
Yeah. And now it's like,
Eh.
it's a bit eh.
You know what they are. They're Dalgona coffee. You remember when everyone made the
Dalgona
yeah,
coffee.
there you go.
Yeah, there's something that were very much hype during their time.
It's still nice. You can still make it.
Yeah.
It's still
Just
fine.
nobody's really talking about it anymore.
No.
Hambok's just he's getting bullied here on the Dragon. And
Hambok, I know you have healing, but you don't have that much. He's just that.
he's just gonna die. I mean, he didn't have flash, so either he sticks around or we do have our fellow bro fan here on the space, Digon. He's not very happy with these plays, and for a good reason. I think that bro they've gotten a little bit confused here at the beginning of this series. You know, they brewed their coffee for just a little bit too long.
You got to be careful with your herbal teas. You can't serve the water like boiling. I'll let it cool down a little bit. All right, so DRX is Dalgona coffee.
Yeah.
If you don't know what that is, by the way, you're in for... It's when you mix instant coffee and sugar and it turns into a magical foam. It's great.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I think KT is like a vodka Red Bull.
I wasn't going to go with alcohol. I think KT
Where
just...
it's
what if
very
you
up and down, you know?
just combine as many energy drinks as possible.
Yeah,
And
that
both-
also works.
Both the energy spike and then
Hey,
the
Tom.
subsequent calm down.
Yeah, exactly. All right, thanks, Lazy Feel.
My favorite part is like, his teammates will not know that happened.
Yeah,
Because he didn't say
it didn't
anything.
even make
He
any
just
noise. The clapping didn't even make
He's
any
too
noise.
locked in, and I get it. This is a super high stakes, like high pressure scenario for the player. And I know again, you've already played in Lowell Park, you've already been on this stage, but it's not the same.
Yeah, I mean for Lazy Feel as well. I mean his Korean is getting better, but he's also obviously not a native Korean speaker, so maybe he wanted to say something, but it didn't immediately come to mind, and he's like, well, I'm just gonna clap. You know, I'm just supporting.
It's also
Doing my
safe
job.
in Korea. Just do the clap. It's very popular.
Somebody's having a birthday,
So Genji,
clap along.
Genji's boba. That's easy.
Why is that?
Because you had tiger sugar and they're tigers. I don't.
Well,
Are they not?
I don't know, because boba I feel like is
It's just
either you
universally
absolutely
beloved.
love it, or you're
Oh.
like, why the hell would anyone eat?
Oh, so it's DK.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. DK can be boba.
So Genji or
I feel like Genji are just water.
no. Oh.
It's just
No, Genji is maybe Earl Grey. It's not the most interesting, but it's so good. It's so...
but that's what water is.
yeah, I guess.
And it's universal. Everybody can enjoy it. Even though it is very straightforward.
Is T1 just coffee? Just any... Because the most popular, right? The most universally beloved, it's just coffee. Is that it?
I guess so. Cola?
Yeah, cola makes sense.
I think cola. I don't know. A lot of people aren't drinking too much soda nowadays, but not everybody drinks coffee either.
Well, you have different variations, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Homo Life is matcha.
Why is that?
Because you have to be a little bit of a hipster like Homo Life. You know, maybe you were already a fan of them in 2021 when they had Chovy and Deft on the roster.
Yeah.
And they're still, at this point...
What about when they had Viper and Lehens?
Well, yeah, oh god, yeah.
That's a true hipster.
Yeah, if you were with them since then, when they were 10,
Yeah.
it did happen. Yeah,
I think that works, actually.
I think that the only problem
Some kind
is
of
that,
hipster drink.
well, now they're popular, right? Because they have Zaze and Peanut and a ton of other players that are just...
They could be
Viper.
like kombucha, right?
Yeah, but I don't think that's not popular enough.
Closer, flip back, he's dead. Yep, nope, just standing in front of the level 6 Nocturne and disrespecting the Talia, and you're just going to die. Didn't even flash.
That's with
Just
Flash
died.
as well.
Giga Chad.
This is what we were worried about coming into the day. It's exactly what we mentioned.
I
Yes,
wasn't that worried, I just kind of expected it.
well, worried because Bro have been a lot better thus far. I'm not saying worried as in, like, it also for me means that DRX is actually playing to their strengths because Yuka has been great. Sponge is good when he gets kills, and right now he's a Nocturne that I'm pretty sure has free stacks on his Ultimate Hunter, which is basically the dream. That's where you want to be.
He didn't say anything else except mid, like 4 times. Yeah, the Nocturne's vibing, having a great time, farming out of control, but then showing up at the right time for fights.
So Nongshim is noodle broth? I don't know.
Yeah,
They
it's
can't
just
really-
noodle broth. Yeah, I mean, there's no other option really, right?
I know that's not technically a drink, but you know when you make like a mug of just broth? When you're feeling a little sick and you're like, oh, I need some.
Yeah, if it's
some-
like chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just learned from G-Sun that Nongshim once sold a tea bag that is just, it just makes broth, like soup broth. So as cursed as that sounds, I think that's exactly
That's
what
exactly
Nongshim is.
what, yes. That's perfect.
It just fits them so well.
All right, so Bro's Chamomile. KT is shotgunning 3 different energy drinks.
Yeah, you're along for the ride in one way or another, for better or for worse.
What's B and K?
Well, we'll have to wait on that one, Chroniclers. Rich is in a lot of trouble, just 100-0, no chance for him. And so, bro, they prove they can do it too.
Just that.
Yeah.
We'll see. The contest is going to come through. Might have to hold a drink conversation. No, okay. Bro is back in. It's okay. Because for B&K, I'm thinking like sand.
No.
Because it's a sandstorm. Well, you can do like...
It's not a thing.
no, but you have like Turkish coffees. You heat them up in the sand.
Okay, well, that's not sand.
Well, that's not that. The drink isn't sand.
Well, that's what you said.
Well, I mean, we can also go with like coconut. You know, like coconut water.
Coconut water.
Yeah, because you're
Why?
on the beach. There's a sandstorm. You're thirsty. There's a coconut.
I don't think there are very many sandstorms at the beach.
Well, I know that, but what do you got then? Are they like a spicy drink?
They kind of are because, you know, they still have this reputation
Oh, you know what?
for being just relentlessly aggressive, even if they're losing.
They're hot chocolate, and then someone was like, you know what?
Spiked.
I've heard hot chocolate. It's actually a thing, like hot chocolate with a little bit of cayenne, like a little bit of.
Oh.
And then someone did that, but then accidentally the cap fell off, and you just have too much spiciness. And you're like, is this supposed to be this? And they're like, yeah.
It's like a wasabi flavor.
That's how they. It's just cayenne pepper in your hot chocolate. That's how they like it.
I don't think very many people like that.
Well, no, they don't.
It's probably one person in chat who does, though.
Well, I've actually tried. It's surprising. If you do just a hint, it's nice. I know. I can see you're not convinced.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. If anything, you would put salt in it because
you
that
put salt in
enhances
everything.
the
Okay, put salt in everything. That's fine. No, you get just a hint.
at every
Yeah.
stage, right? You got to put salt.
Very good. Look at this man,
I'm learning.
professional chef. So then we
Ando
only
really
have,
wants to die. And he's going to get it. The flash comes in, the knockback as well. And once again, Morgan's like, well, there's no point in me flashing now. I'm just dead. And that is the combo that DRX have drafted. It works again.
I'm loving this play from DRX. It's actually so clean. Every single time the cooldowns are up, we are pushing our prio, right? In this case, it's UCal. We've seen it happen across the map now. Get prio, set up, Sponge ults in. No counter plays. Oh,
Any
Rich.
wall hiders?
Oh,
he saw him.
Rich,
He saw him.
knows.
Okay.
Rich, I feel like you saw him and then still walked forward a little bit. Oh, it's like back cancel? Don't do it. Don't do it, Rich. Don't fall for it.
He could have done it. I mean, he is Aurora, but he doesn't know exactly.
Yeah, we only got DN Freaks left. And I don't want to tie it to the current season.
What about
too
last
much.
season?
Well, last season they were fine, right? Last season, like the last
Yeah, I mean, they were
couple,
okay,
they've been no, they've never been crazy, but they've been solid. Like Dr. Pepper.
Maybe something that's really fallen off in recent years, you know? Because like the org itself it does have a lasting legacy.
Yeah.
They've been very successful. They've gone to finals in the past, and as you mentioned, they haven't been 0 and 8 DNF forever. So I think they do deserve
What would it be?
some amount of credit, but this year not the best.
I'm not so sure. Drink that fell off.
What's something that's really American?
I don't know.
I don't think it exists. It would only be like a big cola, but that doesn't really work. So
I'm trying to think of a hot drink that was like really popular and everyone drank it, and then at some people were like, yeah, kind of done with this.
yeah,
We'll give it some fun.
yeah, we'll have to bro and brew the.
We've had 7 kills.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the correct drink for DNF.
Oh,
we'll have to
yeah.
brew it up. Yeah.
Just think about it.
With our Nongshim spicy soup tea bag. We're just doing the Rift Herald here for DRX. They are ahead enough, I feel like, and especially with the Callista. They got very
control
nice
the brush.
turn. And yeah, the banana brush, they are just going to go for a full turn. The target selection, not exactly the best, and the peel is actually pretty nice, but do they have the damage? The answer is not quite, as Yukal came in from behind and also just ripped them apart. There's the knockup once again. Anto going to find another, and it is an absolute slaughter in favor of DRX. They get 4 kills off of the back of that play.
Although they kind of kill Sponge there, but I think it's fine. They'll take it nonetheless. Got the kill on Morgan, thanks to that as well. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, not a great game to be a bro fan at this point.
They're on blue side. Their draft was great. This is not a drafting issue.
No, it's a play issue, for sure.
They're taking another look here. It looks a little scary initially because they do go in, but the equalizer just doesn't quite get enough damage down. And Humbug, despite being Zinzao, still just kind of dies. Watch this. Anvil, no! But it's fine. It's not the end of the world. And you take that trade, right? Doesn't really matter that much. Sponge got his stacks, got his kills anyway.
Yeah.
Level 11. Look, his ult's available up again.
Yeah, I mean, an Nocturne that gets the ball rolling is, it feels very win more, you know? You can be kind of everywhere. You get longer range on your ults. You are more fed. You've got a strike breaker, so you can kind of just go for whatever target's out of position. It's like, when a team's behind, they don't have a lot of vision control, but when you're behind and also against a Nocturne, you never have any vision control because you're always a threat. It's hard to put down wards. You can't do much. And by the way, it's an Infernal Soul, so DRX are just getting this for free, and there's absolutely nothing that Bro can do about it. They didn't even get the Rift Herald, by the way. They're like, nah, we just wanted to bait you into a fight. They could get
What
it
about
soon.
DNF being pumpkin spice? I feel like that's kind of fallen off.
Yeah, I think some people still drink it.
No, it's still there.
Yeah.
But if you compare it, I feel like 10 years ago, the hype was sky high.
I think that's fair. That makes sense
Yeah?
to me.
Well, there we go.
We don't have a better one either, so
No, I've been giving it a lot of thought as well.
I can tell.
There you go.
Very invested.
Especially the matcha one I'm really happy with because it's also like, it's just good vibes, you know? It's nice, it's
Yeah.
green tea. And then Humble Life, it's just good
What
vibes.
if you like the team, but you don't like the drink that represents them? Like me. I like Helma Life Esports, but I don't like matcha.
Well, you could just make up a different one. That's also fine. This is not a exhaust. This is our
Maybe
list.
Helma Life can be pumpkin spice because they're orange. Maybe they're orange juice. Well, that was interesting. Yukal just going to flash away from that, and now Sponge is against 3 people, but doesn't seem to care. Will he care? Yes, he will eventually, but now we've got Rich here. And he will finish off everybody as Jin ults in onto you, Cal. So that's going to be a big one for Hype to pick up, but Rich still picked up a triple kill on the bottom side of the map. Very messy fight. DRX still ahead.
Still big win for DRX, right? You get the 3 for 2. Rich gets the push. You get to take control of this. Okay, I was about to say Lazy Phil. Is he actually going to be able to? He's not. Ping it towards Otacon. Oh, DRX. DRX. There was one lesson that we keep learning.
I mean, KT did it. Why can't why can't DRX?
True. Take another look. Clearly not ready for the amount of people. Nice flash there by Yuka to set it off. Then Sponge, actually really well done, gets the spell shield specifically on Polu's ultimate, but there's 4 people there, so obviously he does die. And then even with Hype setting up shop, Rich does just kind of take everyone down as, yep, this is just gone. So good call from Lazyfield. Perfect KDA still, by the way.
Yeah. Meanwhile, UCal part of every single kill in this one. 12
That's
for 12.
Kind of insane.
Yeah. Sponge, 11 for 12.
Yes.
Those two have been part of almost everything.
Maybe Humbug and Sponge are just the same player, and whoever gets the early lead just does this. Like
Yeah,
that kind of...
they're kind of similar.
Right? I do think Humbug has been consistently hitting higher highs, but
Yeah.
in terms of playstyle, it does feel somewhat of a crossover there.
All right, we're ulting again. This time onto a Xinjiao, who is alone in the top lane, gonna get feared up, and here comes the wall as well. Not much that Humbug can do except flash and try to get away, but the knockup comes in, and UCal is eating turret shots, but he's got the voracious Otacon. Should be going down, and so will Sponge. Closer collecting a lot of gold. Andil, nice setup there. But, yeah, just getting a couple of kills here is DRX. They will lose their buff, but just trying to get some value out of it.
Hey, that's fine. If that plays end up working out and Bro is a little slow in the response on the other end of the map, then you can get an inner there. Instead, you trade 2 for 0. Obviously, it's more like 2 for 1 with the money that goes over. Is it actually... Oh, that's really funny. It's actually just the little ghosts and then the Scryer. Sponge makes sure that he gets the fear off, but Humbug obviously stays alive for a good amount of time thanks to his ultimate. And then here, Closer sweeps both of them up. Sponge actually kind of weird, and then gets pushed against the wall, goes back in, but still ends up dying. And then Rich just walks in and says, kills? For me? Yes. Swoops it up.
That's kind of been what he's been up to this game. He's kind of just jumping in when he would like to pick up kills. We do have a pause. Don't really know what this is about. Maybe something happened in the last fight that they want to get figured out.
Maybe they're not happy with their drink choices we gave.
Yeah. What are you brewing right now? Just water?
Yeah, water.
Yeah, me too.
It's water. It's water.
Drinkers.
Water or coffee. Some tea.
Yeah, that's usually me too. Sometimes I go for the 0-calorie sodas.
Ooh.
Lazy Feel is having some display issues. Maybe it's his glasses. They're a little bit fogged up.
Tense situation.
I don't... A display issue. It's been a while for that.
This music reminds me
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
of when you're like loading in. Oh no, when you're like loading into a game and it gives like the tip.
Is that your final answer?
Oh yeah, that's way better. Yeah, yours is better. I take it back.
Oh, I don't know, Regis. It's for 500,000. I'm not sure. Well, it looks like Hambak's brother. It actually does look like Hambak. So
I can
there
see
you
it.
go.
Coming to check out the bros. This first game, not done just yet, but not looking great.
This music is getting
It
pretty hype.
also reminds me of a Phoenix Wright investigate or like a testimony. When they're doing a testimony for the first time, you're like looking for the mistakes. Like, I wonder.
Yeah.
What angle
It's a
are they
very
gonna take?
like curious kind of
I like
song. It's like it sparks curiosity. Like, What's going on?
It builds tension. Yeah, Jason is saying newsroom, also like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, all right, and now for breaking news.
Yeah, great at that. Newscaster Brendan Valdez.
We are play-by-play casters.
Yeah, I don't think
let's. So.
Oh yeah, wait. Can you do it sports style? Let's go over to the field.
Yeah.
Or standing by.
All right, now we're here in the downtime, and we have a segment prepared for you guys. Let's check in down on the field. We've got Degon standing by. Hello, Degon. How's it going down there? How's the vibes with the bros at the moment?
Yeah, thanks, guys. The bros are brewing. They are definitely brewing, but not quite exactly going how it planned. Earlier, I did say I do hope the bros win, but I hope that LazyFeel is doing well. I think LazyFeel is taking the second part a little bit too seriously right now. He has not died yet, done really good. So I hope that the bros are able to do it. All we can say is, folks at home, time to pay your bro tax. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Degon. We'll take it from here. And that was Degon standing by with the bros as they are feeling pretty good. I was
really wondering, yeah, have those taxes been paid? Because so far, I'm not seeing it. I don't know, bro fans.
It's a clear lack of interest
Wins
right now.
don't matter, right? They got their win against T1. Bro fans, they could not get a win for the rest of the season. You think they would care? No.
No.
They wouldn't.
They already fulfilled their purpose.
They've already done what they needed to. But it would still be nice. DRX, still 20 seconds on Otacon.
Yeah.
Looking, which we haven't discussed because we've really been quite distracted. Take full responsibility for that.
I wonder why.
We are 20 seconds of an Infernal Soul, and I feel like for the DRX comp, that's pretty good.
Closer? Okay, well, we're just going. Okay.
I think that was an oopsie.
Yeah, you know, I think I agree with you. Yeah. After considering it for quite a while there, I think.
Oh, you can't just give a well, we cannot give.
Are they just going to give Infernal Soul away?
We cannot. Okay, they know. They know.
But like now there's a wall and there's a Callista on the enemy team. I think it's just, yeah, it's just gone. They're just giving it away.
That's it.
They just gave away an Infernal Soul. Sponge is still going to go in. I mean, he's got Infernal Soul, so why not? They're still so far ahead, bro. You're brewing for too long. Take the teabag out. It's time. It's time to drink the drink. Instead, they're just losing. Ambak's got his ult, so at least he'll live. Rich flashing in. Oh, and the burst. The Infernal Soul doing some work. And does the game just end here?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, the Q comes in. The barrier is not enough. Zukal puts an end to that noise.
Rich! I apologize. I'm sorry, buddy. My bad. I didn't believe in the Faker of HOTS. I should have.
You weren't familiar with this game.
I was not familiar with his game. I saw him locking it. Now, was most of this lost hitting? Yes, but who cares? Great game from Rich. Great game from DRX.
All right, flash on in. Big ult from the support, but it's not going to matter. They just get burnt to a crisp. And down they go. And there's still 8 seconds. I think that's enough. They're just autoing this down. The attack speed comes in from LazyFeel, and yeah, that'll do it. 24.5 minutes. As down goes the Nexus. DRX, a very one-sided victory to them.
And LazyFeel might not have been the main character in that one, but still a perfect KDA in his debut game here at the LCK. But it was all about the mid and jungle.